Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami dari kelompok 5 ingin memperagakan gerakan mobilisasi.
Head mobilization movements. 1. Flexions, movement of the chin against the chest at 90 degrees. 2. Extensions, return the head to upward positions of 45 degrees. 3. Hyperextensions, bend the head backwards 10 degrees. 4. Lateral flexions, tilting the head and shoulders 45 degrees to the right and left. 5. Rotation, rotating the vulnerable head in circular movements of 100 degrees. Shoulder mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, raise the arm upwards 180 degrees. 2. Extension, return the arm to the side of the body prone to 180 degrees. 3. Hyperextensions, moving the body backwards perpendicularly and prone to 60 degrees. 4. Abduction, raising the count to a set positive above the head prone to 180 degrees. 5. Education, lowering the arm to the set crossed the 100 degrees. 6. Internal rotation, flexile elbow rotates the shoulder inward 90 degrees. 7. External rotation, flexile elbow rotates the shoulder outward 90 degrees. 8. Circumduction, move the arm with a full circumference of the 160 degrees. Elbow mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, move the elbow and shoulder forward the 160 degrees. 2. Extension, straighten the elbow by lowering the prone hand 150 degrees. 3. Hyperextensions, move the lower arm backwards 50 degrees. Forearm mobilization movements. 1. Pronation, rotate the forearm facing downward 90 degrees. 2. Supinations, turning the lower arm facing upwards 90 degrees. 2. The movements, their times. Pronations, supinations, pronations, supinations, pronations, supinations. Wrist mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, move the palm of the hand to a prone position 90 degrees. 2. Extensions, moving the fingers so that the fingers are in the same direction at 90 degrees. 3. Hyperextensions, the dorsal surface of the hand facing backwards is prone to 90 degrees. 4. Education, bending the words at an angle of 30 degrees. 5. Education, bend the words at an inclined angle of 50 degrees. Finger mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, makes the hand grip prone to 90 degrees. 2. Extension, strengthen the vulnerable fingers 90 degrees. 3. Hyperextensions, move the finger back 90 degrees. 4. Abduction, extending the vulnerable fingers 30 degrees. 5. Education, bring the vulnerable fingers together 30 degrees. Hip mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, moving the leg forward 120 degrees. 2. Extension, moving the leg sideways 120 degrees. 3. Hyperextension, move the leg backwards 50 degrees. 4. Abduction, moving the leg sideways away from the vulnerable body 50 degrees. 5. Abduction, move the limb back to a 50 degrees vulnerable position. 6. Internal rotation, turning the feet and legs in the other direction by 90 degrees. 7. External rotation, turning the feet and legs away from the other by like 90 degrees. 8. Circumduction, moving the limbs in a circle. Knee mobilization movements. 1. Flexion, move the heel towards the back of the vulnerable thigh 130 degrees. 2. Extension, rotate the leg to the ground at 130 degrees. Mobilization movements of the feet, ankles, and toes. 1. Dorsiflexion, move the foot so that the toes bend 30 degrees. 2. Plantar flexion, move the foot so that the toes bend downward 50 degrees. 3. Inversion, turning the soles of the feet to the side by 10 degrees. 4. Eversion, turning the sole of the foot outwards 10 degrees. 5. Flexion, bend the fingers downward 60 degrees. 6. Extension, straighten the front toes 60 degrees. 7. Abduction, moving the toes toward each other 50 degrees. 8. Education, extending the front back 50 degrees.
Sekian dari kami. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.